Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Wide World of Sports. It's July 4th, 2013, and we are at the track at the University of Victoria, Centennial Stadium. This is where it happened a week and a half ago. This is where we did our 24-hour marathon. We joined the Easter Seals 24-hour relay, and we turned it into a 24-hour marathon. And what we're going to do is we've got our final video here today, where we're going to do a little summary of what happened on the weekend. First of all, I think what we need to do is we need to thank our sponsors, right, girls? We need to thank John Luke from the Victoria Wheelchair Sports Association for lending me the chair that I was able to wheel 24 hours in. We want to thank Randy from Out of the Blue Designs for doing up our shirts. We also want to thank another Randy at Motion Specialties for lending us another wheelchair so everybody could wheel around the track with me. We want to thank Jim Ensminger from Ents One Food Distributors. Jim gave us some munchies to pig out on. We want to thank everybody at Pisces Gym for their support. Who else? Who else am I missing? Oh, Thrifty Foods. Yeah, Thrifty Foods. They gave us a tent to use, which was kind of cool. I want to thank Amanda and Taylor. Amanda took care of all the pictures and everything and loaded everything up on Facebook and YouTube. Taylor did the same. They were both in charge of loading everything up on the Facebook page and the YouTube page. Taylor was responsible for doing up all my music on my MP3. So I appreciate everything they did. I want to thank my sister Christine and her boyfriend Marty for coming over from the mainland and helping us out. I got to thank my sister Michelle for staying up with me all night and keeping me going when I fell asleep a couple times. I want to thank Sarah Sherbrooke, Taylor's friend, for coming out and helping us out. Jason and his family for stopping by. Gizlan and his dad for stopping by.
Brad and Nicole.
Yeah, Brad and Nicole, Mason and Riley for stopping by.
Mom and Dad.
Yeah, my mom and dad for coming out and even wheeling around the track a few times with me. Also, Friday, the day before the event, I ended up getting a phone call from Rick Hansen. So Rick Hansen gave me a call and wished me luck and gave me a few pointers on, Amanda emailed him and asked him to call me. So he gave me a call and we had a really cool conversation Friday night prior to the event, so that was kind of neat. But everything went really well. We started off Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. My first segment was 3 hours. I wheeled for 3 hours, then I had to take a little bit of a break. I didn't wheel for 24 hours altogether, I'll be honest. I had to take breaks, I had to retake my hands, I had to get something to eat, I had to, eat some fruit and stuff like that. I had to go to the bathroom. So I think everything worked out. It was about an hour worth of breaks. So I actually wheeled for 23 hours on the track, which was pretty good, I guess. Everything went great. The daytime was fantastic. It was a sunny day. The atmosphere was just fantastic. There were so many people there high-fiving and cheering us on, and everybody from the team came out and wheeled around with me. It was an absolute beautiful, beautiful day. Like I said, the afternoon went great. I did get a little bit of an injury on my left tricep about 6 hours into it that we were concerned about. I was concerned about, but we ended up massaging it and putting some Absorbing Junior, and I ended up taking a few painkillers and stuff just to take care of that issue. So we had a few issues with my tricep and my shoulder and stuff, but we managed to get all that worked out. The evening got a little bit different. The atmosphere changed when it was nighttime. The worst part for me was between 2 and 6 in the morning. The track got dark. Nobody was on the track with me. I felt like I was out there by myself. It was cold, lonely. I was falling asleep. I actually fell asleep on the track once. My sister Michelle had to come and wake me up and give me a push to keep me going. There was a couple times where I was in la la land. I mean, I would be wheeling. I was just in some type of zone. I have no idea where I was. My arms just kept moving. I kept the rotation. I just kept pushing the wheels. There was no real strength involved. I wasn't using my muscles. I was just putting my hands on the wheels and just pushing. Just because it wasn't about speed. It wasn't about doing a million laps. It was about finishing 24 hours. I needed to finish at 10 o'clock Sunday morning. That's all I kept saying to myself, just keep going, keep going, keep going. It got so difficult between 2 and 6. That was, I don't know if I ever want to go back there again. It was really, really, really nasty. I made it through because of my team. Sunday morning, the sun came up. We had a beautiful double rainbow over the track. My parents showed up again. All my team woke up. The atmosphere got a little bit better. That encouraged me to keep going again. My sister went and did a Timmy's run. Tim Hortons coffee, good Canadian coffee, eh? Had a couple cups of that. That got me going again. Everybody waking up and we tried to have a pancake breakfast, but that was kind of
gross.
Yeah, that was a little nasty. But all in all, it was a beautiful weekend. I mean, it was just fantastic. At the risk of sounding a little egotistical and cocky, I never doubted myself. I never doubted that I wasn't going to do this. The only way I would have not done this is an injury, and a serious one, because I was determined to do this. I had a bunch of people wondering whether or not I could do it. I didn't want to disappoint anybody, and I didn't want to disappoint myself, and I didn't. I didn't disappoint myself. I don't think I disappointed my family. My family did not disappoint me. These guys came through with flying colors. It was absolutely awesome. We had a beautiful weekend. I need to thank everybody again for supporting what I did, for being behind what I did, for believing in what I believed in, and well, most everybody didn't doubt me. They knew I could do this. I mean, they know I'm determined. 9 years ago, I did the Times Colonist 10K in a wheelchair in honor of Amanda, and just to show Taylor, that nothing's impossible. And we did it again this year. We did our 24-hour marathon, and if everything goes right, folks, we're going to do it again next year. Hopefully we'll do it again next year. We're talking about it. We're talking about putting together another team.
The whole team will do it this time.
Yeah, the whole team will do it next year, but I still think I'm going to do the 24 hours. You guys can laugh with me, but I'm thinking about maybe doing it again just to prove myself that the first time wasn't lucky. But anyways, that's it, folks. I mean, it was just a beautiful weekend. I want to thank Ed and Cliff from the Q, 100.3 The Q. I want to thank Ted from the Saanich News for putting an article in the paper. There were so many people that got our story out, and that's what I wanted. I wanted other people to find out what we were going to do as a team and what I was going to do in a chair. I just wanted to inspire somebody else to do something in their life. It wasn't all about me. It wasn't all about the team. I mean, it was about the team, but our goal was to inspire somebody else, even if it's just one person, to do something in their life they've always wanted to do. You set your mind to it, you set your heart to it. It's possible. I mean, you can get it done. You just have to be determined, and I'm hoping that's what we showed with what we did with our marathon. And hopefully, if one person out there gets the message and ends up doing something they've always wanted to do, then what we've done has been a success. So that's really all I have to say. My hands are still a little numb. That's an issue. Everybody's telling me I should maybe go to the doctor and get it checked out, because I want to start wheeling again and working out in the chair, but maybe the next few days, if I don't get my hands back, I might go get that checked. But other than that, I feel great. Health-wise, I feel good. My shoulders feel good. I feel like I could do it all over again. Like I said, next year I think we're going to do it again. But right now, I'm just going to hand it over to my daughters here, see if they've got anything they would like to say.
We raised over $680 for
Yeah.
Camp Shawnigan.
Camp Shawnigan, yeah, we set our goal at 500.
500, we raised 180 over.
Yeah, and we raised $680.
We took donations at the tent.
We made how many? I think we made like
180
180 donations.
Yeah, and then
at the tent.
we got $50 donation online from Sarah Black's husband, who is in Uganda right now. So hopefully
Uganda.
he's doing good. Living off rice and bread and stuff.
Yummy.
What else do we want to say?
We have interview questions to ask you.
Do you? Well, go ahead.
Okay. Do you want to do that one first?
What were you thinking before you started wheeling?
What was I thinking before I started wheeling? I was thinking that I was just thinking that this was the highest that I've ever been in a while. I was so, I was in a different zone. I was thinking, obviously I had to finish, but I'll never forget sitting at the start finish line, and they started up those Harley Davidsons.
That was
And
cool.
yeah, and then Cliff LeCane started talking and, you know, telling everybody, you know, now it's time, and all that training that you've done, today is the day that everything you've worked for, and he kept going on, and that's when it kind of got emotional for me, when I realized that that was the moment, that was the day, and every lap, every boring lap I did around that track at Oak Bay was going to determine whether or not I was going to finish. And I was on a different cloud. It was just a beautiful morning. The day couldn't have gone perfect.
How does it feel to have completed what you set out to do?
Very satisfying. Like I said, I think I might be, some people might disagree with me, but I think I'm just too humble. I can't, I think if I wasn't expecting to finish, I'd be a little bit more surprised. As silly as that sounds, because I was just determined to finish it. So when I finished it, I just sort of patted myself on the back and said, way to go, and because I knew that's what I had to do. I knew I had to do it.
Was wheeling for 24 hours as hard as you thought it would be?
Yes. Yes.
Wasn't for me.
It was the hardest thing physically and mentally that I've ever done in my life. I don't know if I'll ever experience anything like that. And yeah, it was difficult. It was difficult. Like I said, between 2 and 6 was the worst time. That's when I had to prove to myself that, you know, I had to pull everything out of my bag of tricks to get this done.
Okay. What was the hardest part of the marathon?
The hardest part was trying to stay awake. During the day was excellent. At like the early evening was a lot of fun, but when it got quiet and when the lights went out and everything, and when everybody was passed out in the middle of the track, and you guys were in the beer gardens chilling out, and it took everything out of me to try to stay on the track. Like I knew I wasn't gonna quit, but it got so boring, I got so tired, and I just closed myself off to everything and just wheeled. I just wheeled. I think I listened to the same CD like 6 times because I just kept wheeling and I kept wheeling, and just, I didn't quit, didn't give up.
Are you glad it's over with?
Yes and no. When I was wheeling around the track at 5 in the morning, I wanted it to end. I really wanted it to end. I wanted it to be over. I wanted it to be finished. Now that it's finished, I wish I was still out there doing it. It was such a high. The whole day was such a high. It was such a high being out there. It was such a high having people see what we were doing. It was such a high having people catch the vibe that we were trying to send. And like I said, I'm hoping we inspired somebody to do something in their life. Next year, maybe we'll see somebody else out at the Easter Seal 24-hour relay doing something as silly as we did. You know, it just, like I said, we're hoping we inspired somebody. What about you guys? What was the best part of the relay for you guys?
Doing the laps and getting the exercises and not being able to lift my arms in the morning.
I liked the music.
The band was good.
Yeah,
Eh?
the band.
I didn't like the band so much.
What was the name of the band?
There was a few, wasn't there? Or was there just one?
I don't remember.
I thought there was
Monkeys.
one. Something monkeys,
One of the
fuzzy
monkeys.
monkeys, or
I
yeah.
think my favorite part was like encouraging the little kids to run with me.
Yes.
Yeah, because they're all laughing at me and having fun.
No, it was an absolute beautiful weekend, and I'm glad you guys were there for me. I'm glad everybody was. I'm glad the team was. Thank the sponsors again. Thank whoever's been out there watching this. We thank you, because we feel kind of weird sitting up here talking to a camera. It's kind of a different situation.
We'd
But,
also,
go ahead.
we also like to give a shout out to Molly Campbell and her family.
Yes.
Because she's doing good, but not doing so good. She's still in the hospital, but she's a fighter like all of us, so she'll get through it.
Yeah, that's something else we did. That we had a shirt that we got from her grandparents, a Team Molly shirt that I wore. And if Taylor wants to hand me this, I put on a pink shirt for one of my segments. This pink shirt right here. And what we did
Got
was
sign it.
we got a whole bunch of people to sign. I don't know if you can see that, to sign names on that of people that have passed away, whether it be cancer or anything else, just people that aren't with us anymore and people that they wanted to remember. So what I did was I wheeled around the track and I got a bunch of people to sign the shirt, you know, in memory of all, you know, all their friends who have passed away and aren't with us anymore. And I was actually quite surprised. I mean, it's unfortunate that the shirt's almost filled with names. I mean, that's how bad cancer has affected a lot of people in their lives. But we just wanted to show you that. That's something that we did. Again, the whole marathon was about inspiration, and I needed everything to inspire me to keep me going, and that's just one little thing that did help me out to keep me going. And my daughter's here again, helped me out, the team being there, our sponsors, the phone call from Rick Hansen, the support from the Easter Seal Society. Folks, this was probably one of the most important and one of the best weekends of my life. I'm never ever going to forget it. I'm pretty sure we're going to be out there again next year, next summer in Victoria. It's called the Easter Seal 24-hour relay. It's at the University of Victoria. We turned it into a 24-hour marathon. But again, next year I think we're going to join it again, and hopefully you stay tuned, and hopefully we're going to have some more videos for you next year. So we thank everybody, and we're done. We're out of here.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. We're finished. Thank you for bearing with us. And Team Wheels for Seals 24-hour marathon is signing out. Adios. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See ya. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Okay.